first image that I have of Jorge was the first day on campus, how grateful he was to be here. He was excited about the opportunity, and he was very friendly to those around him and just anxious to get going. And when we started practice, that transitioned onto the court. He loved to play defense. He was a libero that wanted to try and have an impact, and he was always willing to kind of get into it and try and compete, and he enjoyed the opportunity to play and find ways to contribute. Again, when he first got here, the character that he demonstrated was pretty strong, but what I've noticed in his time is that his awareness of other people on the team, their needs, how that fits into the culture, what's important. He has a really good desire to see our program hit a standard and meet that standard, and I've just really appreciated his ability to speak to that and understand how to do that in a way that can lead people and not necessarily just only on his physicality, but also on his demeanor and his character. And I think that that has really been the most important thing that I've seen of Jorge, is his ability to be authentic and real and not affected by success or failure. You know, the idea of we're here to serve, not be served, is something that I think Jorge models greatly. So he finds ways behind the scenes to support the guys outside the light. I admire that he's able to care for those, help those that are in need, and in a way that, again, isn't always drawing the attention. And I just find that to be such a wonderful quality to have in, you know, a fifth-year guy on our team. Yeah, when I think of Jorge, you know, I see him so much broader than just as a player. You know, I really respect how he treats people, and he's been a huge blessing to me and to my family. You know, I see him even after practices and had a good or bad practice. He has spent time with guys, he's spent time with my kids, and that's just been such an amazing thing to have. Jorge, thank you so much for coming and being a part of our program, spending 5 years with us. Thank you for being a blessing to me and my family and the program. We're so thankful for you and the time that you've spent with us. We look forward to whatever is next for you, and I look forward to the continued partnership that we will have as you transition to an alum.
Fisher with a touch, gets it to Benko, a long pass, but gives it right away. Cordoni shoots and he scores!
Too easy.
Now through the middle, and Jackson Steele's got a man with him. Regan Doy going to the net. Steele with a toe drag, shot, rebound, and another! And a big hit there by number 18, Dane Milgate on Ty Podgorejko.
Looking for a pass. McDonald gets the ball, goes for a layup, and it's good.
the game of chess you have to play, and these coaches have to play as well.
Face-off won by Briercrest, shot from the point, and it beats Paperny over his shoulder.
One final opportunity for Anderson. Dell shoots it, scores! 4 seconds left in overtime, and the swap.
Make room cause we moving in, yeah. This time I came with friends, yeah. With my team we aim to win, yeah. Right now the show begins. It's time to go. It's time to go right now. Get ready. We gon' bring it to the house for the home team. Big plays, big wins for the whole team. We gon' bring it to the house for the home team. Big plays, big wins for the whole team. For the whole team. Our style just can't be beat. You try to compete and meet defeat. My team supreme, not incomplete. We battle ready from head to feet.
Now the starting lineup for your Briercrest Flippers. Number 1, Jeremy Martin. Number 2, Brady Watchell. Number 7, Noah Durston. Number 11, Corinne Coleman. Number 13, Davis Borden. Number 14, Cole Johnson. Number 16, Jackson Anderson. And number 22, Tyson Noctegal. And coach for Briercrest is Nigel Mullen. And now please rise. Can you move your hats for the singing of our national anthem? Singing the anthem today is Briercrest Student Body President Katie Dick.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada,
everybody, and welcome to ACAC TV. My name is Caleb Rockwell, and I am taking over commentary duties for today's game as the Briercrest Clippers take on the Red Deer Kings in some regular season men's volleyball action. This is a rematch from yesterday, and yesterday it was a competitive match, but ultimately Red Deer won 3-1. And today we'll see if the Clippers can create a different outcome for today's game. And serving to start off this game is number 22, Tyson Noctegal, yesterday's player of the game for Briercrest. And received by Nemeth, up by Greaves, back to Nemeth. Greaves, and Greaves dumps it and gets the kill. And serving is number 4, Maddox Greaves. And received by Anderson, up by Martins to Coleman. And a point for the Clippers. And a kill for number 11, Karim Coleman.
Number 11, Karim Coleman to serve.
And Coleman will serve. And a service ace for number 11, Karim Coleman. And received by Postium, up by Greaves to Nemeth. And that is hit out, so a point for the Clippers. Received by Graham, up by Greaves to Teasdale. Watchell to Borden. Greaves to Nemeth. And he hits it off the block. And he will get the kill. And number 11, Colby Nemeth to serve. And received by Anderson, but it is mishandled. So a point for the Kings. And received by Watchell, up by Martins, Durston. And that is called touches. So a kill for number 13, Davis Borden. And serving will be number 13, Davis Borden. Received by Teasdale, up for Greaves. Possingham hits it over. Martins turns and burns. And a kill for number 1, Jeremy Martins. And into the net. So a point for the Kings.
Number 16, Ryan Teasdale.
And serving is number 16, Rylan Teasdale. And he serves that out the back. So a point for the Clippers. And serving will be number 7, Noah Durston.
Number 7, Noah Durston.
And that sails out. So a point for the Kings. And serving for the Kings is number 9, Brett Lauer. And received by Borden. Greaves to Possingham. And blocked, but out of play. So a kill for number 6, Nicholas Possingham. And received by Watchell. And a violation by the Clippers. So Lauer will continue serving here. And that's sent into the net. And serving is number 1, Jeremy Martins.
Number 1, Jeremy Martins to serve.
And received by Graham, and it's a service ace for number 1, Jeremy Martins. And received by Graham, and a kill for number 4, Maddox Greaves. And serving is number 6, Nicholas Possingham. And received by Anderson. Up by Martins to Coleman. And a kill for number 11, Karim Coleman. And serving is number 16, Jackson Anderson. And received by Graham, up by Greaves to Nemeth. And it is deemed a point for the Kings. And serving is number 5, Jax Wasilowicz. And received by Anderson, up by Martins to Noctegal. And it's sent back over. Martins to Borden. Blocked, but Watcher receives it. Martins to Noctegal. And a kill for number 22, Tyson Noctegal. And number 22, Tyson Noctegal to serve. And received by Nemeth to Possingham. Lauer to Nemeth, and a kill for number 11, Colby Nemeth. And serving is number 4, Maddox Greaves.
Number 4, Maddox Greaves to serve.
And he sends that out, so a point for the Clippers. And serving will be number 11, Karim Coleman. And it is called a point for the Clippers. And a service ace for number 11, Karim Coleman. Greaves to Nemeth, and he knocks that out of play. So a point for the Clippers. And a timeout is called by Red Deer as the Clippers lead 14-10 in the first set. And number 11, Karim Coleman, will serve coming out of the break for the Clippers. And received by Graham. And a ball handling error by the Kings. And just outside, so a point for the Kings. And serving for the Kings will be number 11, Colby Nemeth. And he sends that one out, so a point for the Clippers. And coming into the game is number 20, Darnell Bergen, for number 13, Davis Borden, and Bergen will serve. And received by Graham, up by Greaves to Possingham. And a violation of some sort for the Clippers, so a Kings point. And coming into the game for the Kings is number 2, Brett Tisey. And received by Bergen. Up by Martins to Durston, and a kill for number 7, Noah Durston. And serving will be number 7, Noah Durston. Or actually, serving will be number 17, Nolan Gartley, as he subs into the game. And Possingham to Greaves, back to Possingham. And Possingham does not get it over. Possingham to Greaves, to Blower, and off the block and out, so a kill for number 9, Brett Lauer. And he hits that one out, so a point for the Clippers. And number 1, Jeremy Martins to serve for the Clippers. And a service ace for number 1, Jeremy Martins. And slightly out. So a point for the Kings, and serving will be number 6, Nicholas Possingham. And received by Wacho, up by Martins to Anderson, and he can't keep it in bounds. So a point for the Kings. And he sends that one out, so a point for the Clippers.
Number 16, Jackson Anderson to serve.
And coming back into the game is number 13, Darnell Bergen. Or number 13, Davis Borden, sorry, coming in for number 20, Darnell Bergen. And serving for Briercrest is number 16, Jackson Anderson. Graham, Greaves to Nemeth. Anderson digs it, up by Martins to Borden. And he gets blocked by number 4, Maddox Greaves. And serving for the Kings is number 5, Jax Wasilewicz. Received by Anderson, up by Martins to Noctegal, who gets the kill. Who absolutely pounds the ball back into the ground. Then coming back into the game for Briercrest, number 7, Noah Durston. Received by Nemeth, up by Greaves, and number 16, Rylan Teasdale with the kill. And serving is number 4, Maddox Greaves.
Number 4, Maddox Greaves to serve.
And received by Borden, up by Martins, back to Borden. And number 11, Colby Nemeth with the kill. And serving again will be number 4, Maddox Greaves. And received by Anderson, up by Martins to Durston. Up by Greaves to Lauer. And blocked, but it's out of bounds. So a point for the Kings. And a timeout is called by the Clippers as they lead 22-19 in the first set. And serving is number 4, Maddox Greaves for the Kings. And received by Anderson. Up by Martins to Coleman. And it's stuffed by number 11, Colby Nemeth. Oh, and it's called a Briercrest point, so a kill for number 11, Karim Coleman. Possingham to Greaves to Tisdale, and Teasdale scores. And number 11, Colby Nemeth to serve. And received by Anderson, up by Martins, and he cannot place it in a good spot. So Nemeth will continue serving. And received by Anderson, up by Borden to Coleman. And that's a kill for number 11, Karim Coleman. And serving will be number 13, Davis Borden. To close this out, set point. Possingham. And a turn and burn by number 1, Jeremy Martins, to get the kill and close out this first set as Briercrest takes it 25-21.
Make room cause we moving in, yeah. This time I came with friends, yeah. With my team we aim to win, yeah. Right now the show begins. It's time to go. It's time to go right now. Get ready. We gon' bring it to the house for the home team. Big plays, big wins for the whole team. We gon' bring it to the house for the home team. Big plays, big wins for the whole team. For the whole team. Our style just can't be beat. You try to compete and meet defeat. My team supreme, not incomplete. We battle ready from head to feet. It's time to go right now. Get ready.
Are you ready? It's time. It's time.
It's time to unleash the Clippers storm. Are you ready?
For the whole team.
So, number 4, Maddox Greaves, will be serving first. And received by, and a kill for number 13, Davis Borden. And serving will be Karim Coleman. Received by Graham, up by Greaves, to Lauer, Martins to Borden, and a crafty tap over the block and kill for number 13, Davis Borden. And serving is number 11, Karim Coleman. Received by Graham, up by Greaves to Lauer, and a block by number 1, Jeremy Martins. Possingham to Greaves, and a kill for number 11, Colby Nemeth. And Nemeth will serve. Received by Borden, and he cannot control that. So a point for the Kings and a service ace for Nemeth. And he sends that out, so a service error and a point for Briercrest. And to serve will be number 13, Davis Borden. And Nemeth cannot contain that. And a service ace for number 13, Davis Borden. Graham, Greaves, to Lauer, and a block by number 16, Jackson Anderson. And the Clippers are firing on all cylinders here. Borden, Greaves, to Lauer. And that is a kill for number 9, Brett Lauer. And serving for the Kings will be number 16, Rylan Teasdale. And that is out. So a point for the Clippers. And serving is number 7, Noah Durston. Possingham to Greaves. Durston with the dig. Borden to Anderson. Greaves to Lauer. And a kill for number 9, Brett Lauer. And Lauer will serve. And Watchell to Martins, to Anderson. Graham to Lauer. Watchell digs it. Martins to Coleman. And a block from number 6, Nicholas Possingham. received by Borden. Up by Martins to Anderson. And that is a kill for number 16, Jackson Anderson, as he knocks it off the block and out of play. And it will be number 1, Jeremy Martins to serve. And a service ace for number 1, Jeremy Martins. And another service ace for number 1, Jeremy Martins. Nemeth to Grieve to Possingham. And a violation on the Clippers.
Number 6, Nicholas Possingham, the serve.
And serving is number 6, Nicholas Possingham. And he sends that one out, so a point for the Clippers. And it will be number 16, Jackson Anderson to serve. And just out, so a point for the Kings. And coming into the game is number 2, Brett Ticey, and he will serve for the Kings. And received by Borden, up by Martins, over by Watchell. Lauer, Greaves, to Possingham. And a violation by Red Deer of some sort. And it will be number 22, Tyson Noctegal to serve.
Number 22, Tyson Noctegal to serve.
Possingham to Maddox, Greaves, and Nemeth gets the kill. And serving for the Kings is number 4, Maddox Greaves. And Borden to Martins to Davis. Borden with the kill. And it will be number 11, Karim Coleman to serve. And he sends that one into the net. So a point for the Kings. And serving will be number 11, Colby Nemeth.
Number 11, Colby Nemeth to serve.
And a service ace for number 11, Colby Nemeth. And Anderson to Martins, back to Coleman. And he sends that one out. So a point for the Clippers. And coming into the game is number 20, Darnell Bergen. And he will serve.
Bergen to serve.
Nemeth to Greaves to Teasdale. And a kill from number 16, Rylan Teasdale. And coming into the game is number 1, Zachary Neufeld. And he will serve. And net grazer up by Anderson. Back to Coleman. And the kill for number 11, Karim Coleman. And coming back in the game, number 16, Rylan Teasdale. And serving for Briercrest, number 17, Nolan Gartley as he enters the game. And received by Possingham, up by Greaves to Lauer. And he will get the kill on that. And Lauer will serve. And received by Anderson, up by Martins, back to Anderson. And a violation on the Kings. So it will be number 1, Jeremy Martins to serve. And received by Nemeth. Greaves. And they can't contain it. So a point for the Clippers. And a timeout called by the Red Deer Kings as the Clippers lead 17-12 with a 1-0 set lead. And serving is number 1, Jeremy Martins for the Clippers. Nemeth to Greaves. And Wasilowicz cannot get it over. Possingham to Greaves, and Wasilowicz gets the kill. And serving for the Kings is number 6, Nicholas Possingham. And received by Watchell, up by Martins to Anderson, and Jackson Anderson with the kill. And coming into the game, back into the game, is number 13, Davis Borden.
Number 15, Jackson Anderson to serve.
And Anderson to serve. Nemeth to Greaves. Over by Lauer. Watchell. Martins to Coleman. And Nemeth cannot get it over. So the point for the Clippers. And Anderson to serve. And Graham cannot contain it. So an ace for number 16, Jackson Anderson. Nemeth, Maddox back to Nemeth, and Nemeth gets the kill. And into the game is number 14, Cole Johnson. And serving will be number 5, Jax Wasilowicz. Borden to Martins, back to Borden. And Possingham gets to it. And Nemeth is just going to put it over. Watchell to Martins, back to Borden, and a kill for number 13, Davis Borden. And into the game is number 15, Nate Harder, and number 7, Noah Durston. And it will be number 15, Nate Harder serving.
Harder to serve.
And Nemeth, Greaves back to Nemeth, and it's stuffed. Greaves to Lauer, and he cannot get it over. And Briercrest inches closer to taking a 2-0 set lead. And Possingham receives it. Greaves back to Nemeth. And the kill for number 11, Colby Nemeth. And it will be number 4, Maddox Greaves, serving. And received by Borden. Up by Martins, back to Coleman. And Graham sets it to Nemeth. And Nemeth gets it over and gets the kill. And Greaves will be able to serve once again. And a timeout called by the Clippers as they lead 23-16 in the second set with a 1-0 set lead. Greaves to serve. And received by Johnson. Up by Martins to Durston. And over by Graham. Watchell. Martins to Coleman. And it's blocked by number 11, Colby Nemeth. And received by Johnson, up by Martins to Coleman. And a violation on the Clippers. And Greaves to serve. Received by Borden. Up by Martins, back to Durston. And a kill for number 7, Noah Durston, as he knocks it off the block. And serving to ice this set out will be number 11, Karim Coleman. And he sends that one out of the back. So a point for the Kings. And number 11, Colby Nemeth will serve. And received by Johnson, up by Martins, back to Durston, and Durston cannot keep it in. And another set win for Briercrest as they take it 25-20 and take a 2-0 set lead.
Fisher with a touch, gets it to Benko. A long pass, but it gives it right away. Cordoni shoots and he scores.
Too easy.
Now through the middle, and Jackson Steele's got a man with him. Regan Doy going to the net. Steele with a toe drag. Shot, rebound, and another. And a big hit there by number 18, Dane Milgates on Ty Podgoreko.
Looking for a pass. McDonald gets the ball, goes for a layup, and it's good.
Later, it's the game of chess you have to play, and these coaches have to play as well.
Face off won by Briercrest. Shot from the point, and it beats Paperny over his shoulder.
One final opportunity for Anderson. Dell shoots it, scores! 4 seconds left in overtime in the slot.
zone cause we moving in, yeah. This time I came with friends, yeah. With my team we aim to win, yeah. Right now the show begins. It's time to go. It's time to go right now. Get ready. We gon' bring it to the house for the home team. Big plays, big wins for the whole team. We gon' bring it to the house for the home team. Big plays, big wins for the whole team. For the whole team. Our style just can't be beat. You try to compete and meet defeat. My team supreme, not incomplete. We battle ready from head to feet. It's time to go right now. Get ready.
Are you ready? It's time. It's time.
It's time to unleash the Clippers storm. Are you ready?
For the whole team.
So serving to kick off the third set is number 22, Tyson Noctegal.
From number 22, Tyson Noctegal for the Clippers.
And received by Nemeth. And it's a ball handling error, so a point for the Clippers. And Possingham to Greaves, to Wasildenko, board, and a double touch called on number 13, Davis Borden. So point for the Kings, and serving will be number 9, Brett Lauer. And received by Anderson, up by Martins, back to Anderson. And a kill for number 16, Jackson Anderson. And serving will be number 11, Karim Coleman. And that is out. So a point for the Kings. And serving will be number 6, Nicholas Possingham. And he will serve that into the net. Point for the Clippers. And serving will be number 13, Davis Borden.
Number 15, Davis Borden to serve.
Received by Nemeth, up by Greaves. Lauer to Greaves, to Nemeth. And a ball handling error by the Kings. Received by Nemeth, up by Greaves to Wasilewicz, who scores the kill. And Wasilewicz will serve. And received by Watcher, up by Martins to Anderson, Possingham to Greaves to Nemeth. And he plays that off the hands and out. So a kill for number 11, Colby Nemeth. And serving will be number 5, Jax Wasilewicz. And received by Anderson, up by Martins to Coleman. And an error from Red Deer. And serving will be number 7, Noah Durston. And received by Nemeth, up back for Nemeth, who gets the kill. And serving will be number 4, Maddox Greaves. And he serves that one out, so a point for the Clippers. And serving will be number 1, Jeremy Martins. Received by Graham, up by Maddox. And a point for the Kings. And number 11, Colby Nemeth serving. And he sends that one into the net, so a point for the Clippers. And serving is number 16, Jackson Anderson. And he sends that one out. So a point for the Kings. And it will be number 16, Rylan Teasdale to serve. And he sends that one out. Point for the Clippers. And serving will be number 22, Tyson Noctigal. And received by Nemeth, up by Greaves to Possingham. And through the blocks. And a kill for number 6, Nicholas Possingham. And serving will be number 9, Brett Lauer.
Brett Lauer to serve.
And received by Borden, up for Anderson. Back straight down by number 7, Noah Durston. As he absolutely bounces that ball. And serving for the Clippers will be number 11, Krim Coleman. And that is a perfectly placed service ace for number 11, Krim Coleman. And Nemeth to Greaves, back to Nemeth. And that is a kill for number 11, Colby Nemeth. And serving for the Kings will be number 6, Nicholas Possingham.
Nicholas Possingham to serve.
And received by Borden. Oh, and some ref deliberation on where that point will be awarded to. And the point is awarded to the Clippers. And serving will be number 13, Davis Borden. And received by Nemeth, up by Greaves to Lauer. And Lauer hits that out. And a timeout is called by Red Deer as Briercrest leads 12-9 in the third set with a 2-0 lead. And serving is number 13, Davis Borden. And received by Possingham. Martins to Durston, who gets the kill. The Clippers are firing on all cylinders here, as they hope to put the Kings away. Nemeth, Greaves, and Wasilewicz gets the kill. And coming into the game is number 1, Zachary Neufeld.
Neufeld to serve.
And he sends that one into the net. So a point for the Clippers. And coming into the game is number 17, Nolan Gartley to serve.
Gartley to serve.
And received by Possingham. Up by Greaves, over by Graham. Coleman, Martins, and Noctegal cannot place it in. And it will be number 4, Maddox Greaves to serve. And received by Borden, up by Martins to Noctegal. And he is blocked. And received by Borden, up by Martins to Coleman. And that is blocked as well, as the Kings are making this set right here. And received by Watchell, up by Martins to Coleman. And a kill for number 11, Karim Coleman. And serving for the Clippers will be number 1, Jeremy Martins. And received by Nemeth. Up by Greaves to lower. Borden to Martins to Coleman. And a double touch is called on Martins. And it will be number 11, Colby Nemeth, to serve for the Kings. And Watchell to Martins. straight down for number 22, Tyson Noctegal. Or it would be number 16, Jackson Anderson, to serve.
Correction, number 16, Jackson Anderson is serving.
And he sends that one into the net. A point for the Kings. And coming into the game is number 2, Brett Tisey.
For number 16, Ryan Tuesday.
And coming into the game for the Clippers, number 14, Cole Johnson. And serving is Tisey. And received by Johnson, up by Martins to Coleman. And a kill for number 11, Karim Coleman. And serving for the Clippers is number 22, Tyson Noctegal.
Number 22, Tyson Noctegal to serve.
And received by Possingham, up by Greaves. And Wasilewicz can't get it over. And serving is number 22, Tyson Noctegal. Possingham to Greaves, back to Possingham. And a timeout is called by the Kings as the Clippers lead 19-15 in the third set, up 2-0. And serving is number 22, Tyson Noctegal. Possingham to Greaves, to Wasilewicz, who gets the kill. And it will be number 9, Brett Lauer, to serve. And received by Borden, up by Martins to Coleman. And that is hit out, so a point for the Kings. And Lauer to serve. And he sends that one out, so a point for the Clippers. And serving will be number 11, Karim Coleman. And received by Possingham, up by Greaves, back to Possingham. And that's a point for the Kings.
Number 6, Nicholas Possingham to serve.
And will be Possingham to serve. And received by Watchell, Up by Martins to Durston, and he's blocked by number 5, Jax Wasilewicz. And this is shaping up to be a tight finish on the third set. And received by Watchell, up by Martins to Coleman. And he can't place that one in. And we are now tied 20-20. And received by Johnson. Up by Martins to Durston. And a kill for number 7, Noah Durston. And coming into the game, number 16, Jackson Anderson.
Number 13, Davis Borden to serve.
Will be number 13, Davis Borden serving. And received by Graham. Up by Greaves to Nemeth. And a kill by number 1, Jeremy Martins. Received by Nemeth. And a violation. And a double touch by the Queens. Or Kings, sorry, my bad. Nemeth to Greaves. To Wasilewicz blocked. Greaves back to Nemeth. Watchell dives. Martins. Coleman. And a point scored. And they are 1 away from winning this game 3-0. Borden to serve. To ice this out. Nemeth to Greaves. Nemeth. And a block. And they win 3-0. Wow, what a game. And stay tuned for the Beacon Pizza Big Slice Player of the Game announcements. My name is Caleb Rockle, and thank you for tuning in to ACAC TV. Have a great day.
The ACAC and Briercrest Athletics are pleased to recognize today's Beacon Pizza Big Slice Player of the Game Award. From Red Deer with 12 kills, 3 aces, and 1 block, number 11, Colby Nemeth. From Briercrest with 22 assists, 4 aces, and 4 blocks, number 1, Jeremy Martin. The award has been presented by Briercrest alumni Cody Query, played from 2009 to 2014.